Darlene here. There's not a lot going on in my garden right now, but I thought I'd at least bring you along and show you what some of my plans are to get done before it gets too cold out. As you can see, finally I got a few sunflowers that decided to bloom. And there's going to be more blooms on that one and more blooms on this one. Actually, this one hasn't bloomed yet, but it will. And then this is a separate one here that I'm showing you. I still have some green tomatoes. Those are my biggest ones that I just showed you. And I still have beans. And I haven't been picking my calendula blooms. I think I probably have enough of them saved up. Got a couple of dahlias and some cosmos and some zinnias that are blooming. Maybe you can see the beans there. So I was a little concerned about the tomatoes. They look okay, because last night it was projected to be down kind of in the mid-40s, but it actually got down to 35 degrees. So the forecast shows everything in the 40s and low 50s for the next, mostly 40s at night for the next week. So I'll hang on for a few more days, and then I think I'll come out and pull the plants and pick all the green tomatoes and go try to ripen them up inside. Just to be on the safe side. So let me walk around here and show you my flowers. And the neighbor's mowing his lawn, so you hear the lawnmower in the background. This area where I did some weeding and some transplanting is looking okay. I made little labels so that anyone walking past would know what was planted here. My snapdragons are looking good. That's an amaranth up there. My cucumbers are pitiful. Doesn't look like I'm getting any more. The cosmos were blooming, it looks like. I don't know if I need to deadhead them or not. I need to find out. Some petunias, and I don't remember what that other plant is. I still have some thistles to pull out of here. And this tower is looking pretty good. This is all looking better because I got quite a bit of weeding done. As you can see, I still have some grass coming up where I don't want it and some weeds, but it's better than it was. I planted some, I think they're beets, along down in here. I don't know if you can see them. I planted some over here too. You can see these a little better. And those are looking okay. There's some carrots, a few carrots coming up. And some kale. And some peas and beans. And lettuce. I'm so glad for the lettuce. One thing I did plant, I had gotten at the dollar store a little tomato thing that's supposed to grow a whole bunch of tomatoes. And it said you could grow it in the house. I thought, well, I'll start it outside because outside's always better. And I put some cloth over it so that it would be a little warmer than it is. It's like in the 60s today. It's not bad. This Cosmo plant hasn't bloomed yet, so hopefully it will before it gets too cold. And I tilted this down sideways, see if you can see it, there we go, because when it rained, it seemed to fill up with water. And so what I need to do is make sure the holes in the bottom are not clogged all up. So my garden has looked better, but it's the way it is. Got some green tomatoes over here too. My shadow's in the way, I think. I have no idea if I'm showing them to you or not. And I have another sunflower over here in my grapes. My grapevines, I think I showed you way back in the spring how I had some little grapes coming on. And you can still see they never did turn into grapes. So, don't quite know why, but I have lots of nice foliage. So I need to do a little more research about how to make sure that my grapevines actually make grapes, or the grapes come to fruition. And I had shown you my starts that I had, and they sort of were sitting where they didn't get enough water, and they kind of partly died. So I took some cuttings, and I'm going to try more. Standing right in front of this sunflower. Beautiful, beautiful flower. The neighbor's tree, I don't know if you're seeing it there, has, yes, lots of grapes, lots of pears on it. And I need to come out and feed my worms. I'll do that either later today or sometime tomorrow. My herbs are looking good, oregano and thyme. And this is where I took some out to transplant out in front where I showed you. Strawberry plants are looking good. What do you call those? Tomatillos. The plants are looking pretty good. They're in bloom. So hopefully I get a couple of tomatillos. Something keeps digging in that. I have some, I think it's radish planted in there, but I don't think they're going to make it just because something keeps digging in it. Of my 4 fig trees, this is the only one that's survived. It was that hot weather that did the others in. So it's getting close to time for me to get my my row cover, my plastic out and create some rooms there for things to keep alive during the winter. It won't be long now. I've enjoyed this summer planting season, even though not everything has done as well as I would have liked. I still worked at it and did the best I could. And I'll keep working at it. It's funny, some summers some things do well and other things don't. And the next summer it's the other way around. Things that didn't do well sometimes do. And things that did well last year don't. Like the cucumbers, for instance. They did much better last year than they did this year. Tomatoes did a little bit better this year than they did last year. But my tomatoes don't do nearly as well as some that I see other gardeners doing. So I still have work to do at getting things to look the way I want them to. But that's the life of a gardener, especially a small, very small garden, urban. Well, if you call our little town urban, it's town anyway. What do we have, about somewhere between 12 to 1,700 people in our town, so it's a small town. So I do enjoy sitting here watching the trees blow in the wind. Oh, and pretty soon I will be doing stuff with apples. We don't seem to have as many this year, so I won't be doing too much of the apples, probably just eating them. You have to eat them, cut them up with a knife, because we share with the worms. I keep telling my husband I wish there was some kind of an organic spray that we could put on them at the right time of year so that we had apples that didn't have wormholes. But we just don't ever seem to get that done. I need to clean up my porch so that it looks pretty. It looks like a shed that people would do gardening in instead of a porch. And over there, behind that jar, are the grape cuttings that I took. They're just in water right now. I like listening to the sound of the fountain. My messy porch. Well, like I said at the beginning of the video, I don't have a lot going on. Therefore, I don't have a lot to talk about. So I think I'll go ahead and close out this video. I'm going to keep making at least 1 or 2 videos a week, even when there's nothing to talk about. And I do have some stuff in the kitchen that I probably want to bring you along on here pretty soon too. One of the things that I did get done and still need to do more. We have so many zucchinis that are big that the neighbor gives us, and then they were on vacation, and my husband was tasked with making sure that the zucchinis got picked, so he picked them at a nice size for us, and so I have more zucchinis than I know what to do with. Anyway, what I did with quite a few of the big ones, chopped them all up, put them in the food processor, and then I laid them out on my dehydrator things and dehydrated them. And so like about 4 huge, no, it's more like 5 or 6 huge zucchinis all fit into 3 little half-pint jars. Amazing. But that way I'll have that for adding to things during the winter. I need to figure out what I want to do with the rest of them. So I don't want to dehydrate all of them. Might dehydrate some that are a different shape. They'll take longer to dehydrate, like maybe veggie sticks or something. We'll see. And my husband's gonna make some more blackberry jam with the last bit of the raspberries. Let's see what else. And I've got some kale and Swiss chard, and it's kale and Swiss chard, mostly greens that I need to cook up and consume. It won't be long now until we won't be hearing those lawnmower sounds anymore, and it'll be frosty in the morning. So I'm enjoying every bit of what's left of summer, even though it feels like fall. It isn't technically fall quite yet, but it's, what is it, next week when it actually turns into officially fall. So it's close. The weather thinks it's fall. It's, for those people who know what Pendleton Roundup is, this is Roundup week. So we are going to go to the rodeo on Saturday. It's so much fun. Watch the rodeo and watch the people. People watching is really a blast. Sometimes during Roundup it's way too hot, and sometimes it's rainy. It seems to be one or the other, and I believe this Saturday it's going to be rainy. At least that's the projection. So we'll bundle up and watch the rodeo. Well, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm having a wonderful day. And until next time I see you, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I guess what helps the most is if you share my videos with other people. It seems like my channel is growing very, 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 very slowly. And I all of a sudden get a few new subscribers, and then the next day or so I lose 1 or 2, and I really don't know why. But why do you subscribe to something and then unsubscribe? I've done that a few times, but mostly I don't. I stay subscribed once I subscribe. So I would like to get over 1,000 and have lots of watch time, so that I could have a little bit of an income with all of my videos. But that's just a dream, I guess. If you like my videos, tell other people. Let's see if we can grow this channel. Let me know what you'd like me to make videos of. I know one person suggested they liked it when I made videos of myself actually doing the work. And I would have done that today, but I didn't actually do any work. All I did was walk around and show you things that needed to be done. C'est la vie. But I will make some videos of me actually doing some work. Like when I pull out my tomatoes. Try to remember to take my camera out there and you can see me picking all my green tomatoes and putting them in. I found in years past when I had green tomatoes that I needed to ripen, I wrapped them all up and put them in lined a bowl with newspaper, put the tomatoes in, and then wrapped it all up with newspaper, and they start ripening. So they will ripen. And I do like fried green tomatoes, so I can do that with a few of them. Let's see, what else do I need? I think my pepper plants and that tomato that I was telling you about, hopefully it germinates, but then I'll be outside, but I'll be taking it in the house. Getting my grow room all set up with, it's kind of messy back there now. Get my grow lights all set back up, and I'll take my pepper plants that look like they're getting ready to make peppers, but I don't know why they wait until the last minute. But if I take it inside, if it starts getting too cold, hopefully they finish making peppers. Well, I started to say goodbye to you until the next video. And then, you know me, I just start chitter-chattering again. Chitter-chatter, you can call me Chatty Cathy. Well, no, it's Chatty Darlene, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Have a good day. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video. May the good Lord richly bless you.